Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the OS Talk. Today is January 3rd, 2015. Happy New Year, everybody. And, yeah, we're doing another Ask Me Anything here. And we've got quite a few people with us today. The ones that are going to be actually answering community questions are going to be myself, Deadbeat. How you doing, Deadbeat?
Not too bad.
All right. And we also got Charles445. We managed to get him out of his basement.
Yep.
All right. We also have Lollyflam with us.
Yes.
And we also have one of my favorites to talk to, Penn. How you doing,
Yeah.
Penn?
Thanks for having me.
All right. So basically the way these Ask Me Anythings go is we open it up for just community questions. There's no predetermined interview. There's no special guest here. We're just answering what you guys want to know. And it could be dang near anything. We do ask that you keep it safe for work and try to be respectful to the people you're asking the questions. Try not to be too personal or anything like that. Okay. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and get this started. And our first question is going to be from Kianko, as she usually gives us our first questions here, and we see no reason to change that. We're going to let her go ahead and start that off.
Okay, do I sound alright right now? I'm kind of a bit closer to my microphone because I'm...
No, it's great.
Okay,
Yep,
because if I get a bit closer, you don't get all the background noise. The focus is on me more. But this is a question for everybody. And because it's 2015 now, what was your favorite thing that happened in the game or in the community in 2014? Just 2014 though.
Oh man.
Damn.
I already know this one. Mine was Yuzu. Yuzu was my favorite 2014 thing. Well,
Yeah,
of
that
course,
doesn't surprise me at all.
yeah, go figure. No, of course not. I mean, I put a lot of work into that, and I'm glad it actually saw the light of day. I do have good news to that. His animation cycles are getting closer to being done.
Are his shoes the right color?
Yes, his shoes are definitely the right color.
Fuck yeah.
I like how that's the important thing.
No, you have no idea how important shoes were. Apparently,
You went over this in the Daru interview about
Yeah.
the shoe color.
We got wrecked for shoes not being the right color. It was not great.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
dude. Okay, like, love Peppy, but when he means something, he means it. You don't change the formula. I thought it would look better like this. No. You show him one thing, and unless it's like an actual improvement, like palette swap was really weird at that point because the palette swap was perfect. But yeah, that's what I was most excited about. All the fucking cool shit that happened for Catch the Beat. Oh, and
You
probably
and your shoe problems.
yeah, and probably a little bit about the World Cup. I enjoyed that as well. But those are my two major things with 2014. What about you guys?
I wasn't really fond of 2014. I don't think too many developments happened, although I did perceive that a lot of people got over the blind Skystar hate. That was good. Like,
Yeah.
Neuronesia came out and nobody was mad. And I was like, wow, that's a start.
What about you, Deadbeat? What's been your most favorite experience?
Probably this.
Oh, the talk and everything
Whoa.
like that?
Yeah, this has actually been quite fun.
Oh, was this a trick question? Were we supposed to say that to begin with?
No, I'm just kissing nuts right now.
Oh no, it's not even kissing ass. It's been a great experience. I've enjoyed it, and we've got to talk and converse with a lot of really cool people.
Yeah, it's been really good so far.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Lollyflam? What's been your favorite thing of the year?
You probably already know what it is.
Is it something I was involved with too?
Yes.
The Idol?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. It's probably the Idol.
Yes, pretty much.
Called it.
Plus the OS Academy stuff.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. The Idol was really crazy. I
I'm
mean,
surprised that the idol went so well. Usually when there's like a bunch of people like putting numbers on things, somebody gets really angry at a specific individual, but that didn't
The
happen
past
this
3
time.
idols.
It did happen like once or twice, but nothing
Yeah.
too serious.
Yeah, nothing too big. I mean, most people were pretty accepting of it. And I think a lot of that has to go with the fact that our judges actually, for the most part, most of them, put comments. I know myself, I only commented on like a few. but I only commented when I felt it was absolutely necessary. Like when I felt someone could have performed a little bit better, or I was like, dang, that was really close, and I more or less gushed all over Miss Tatiana. I was like, yeah, basically I want you to win, but I can't. Like, it really hurt me too, because I mean, we can say it
it's
now.
like you want Miss Tatiana to win, and then Yelena shows up last round, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, well, shit. Because I mean,
God damn it.
it was fan favorite, but you know, you gotta be honest, and like honestly, like, and she took it
The
really
whole
well
thing was
too.
fantastic, to be completely
Yeah.
honest.
And she took it really well though. She even
I
explained it was
still-
her first time editing a song like that.
I
She
still
had
like
no
that we got Screamo.
Yeah, we got Screamo.
The Screamo submission was actually really good.
Man. Okay. But all right, Penn, what about you? What did you really like in the 2014 year?
Yeah, this is a bit tricky, but I think the fact that we got the chance to test some of the aspects of the new modding system that's going live sometime in the future, and yeah, just they had all the freedom to test new things, test new systems before they're implemented, so we can make changes so most people will be happy with everything.
Can I just say that ambulance or police car or whatever in the background was like perfect
Yeah,
for that whole comment?
I'm sorry, I can't do anything about that.
Oh no, that was like perfect because that's kind of a touchy subject, you know, and like a lot of people like it, and a lot of people are like, oh, don't change scares me.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
like bringing in the sirens as the second you started talking about that.
Well,
Glory-
I know
Sign
it's
of things to come.
yeah, it's a topic that's really touchy because most people who've been involved in the beatmap appreciation team for a long
Let's just call
time,
it approval team.
or the approval team, yeah.
I hate the
the
appreciation acronym.
the old name was better. I agree. Those people usually tend to see it the way it used to be, like it was a relatively small team, and you had lots of communication, and the maps were like hand-picked. You could just go through the pending forums and look at maps, and it was not just the huge amount of maps we have today. We had more than 140 maps ranked in October alone. So all the changes we tried to incorporate into the way the ranking system is handled now is more of a way to handle just the bigger community overall.
Yeah.
And I hope people start to realize that, and things have to change.
It's
Yeah.
absolutely a mixed bag regarding like the effectiveness of certain changes of style. While it will work for more things in bulk, you might start to lose the I guess the word would be personality and or ability to handle fringe cases.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. I know the things we are testing right now, they are not perfect. They are not the end of all. They are not what will be the final version of modding version 2.0 or however it is called. We're just testing stuff. Some stuff will work, some stuff will not work, and
The
it will
most
get
violent
changed.
beta test.
Yeah, it's literally just a beta test. And we try to knock the old system over and try as much new stuff as we can.
Mm-hmm. And I think one of the things that probably should be said is when people call it modding V2 and all that stuff, I really think that should just be axed. They shouldn't call it modding V2 or anything. It's just the new way that modding is going to happen. Calling it V2 or giving a name or some kind of acronym to it just worries people even more. Because, like, if you're just... I feel like if you just went in there one day and you're like, okay, guys, so, get this. We're going to turn all the people that are really helpful... Essentially, we're going to turn all the people that are really helpful in the pending forums and beat maps in general into bats, and then we're going to have a quality assistance team come through and just like make sure everything's going right, and just let it go at that. I think people would have probably taken it a lot better. But presentation also has to do with a lot on how people react.
There's
To a degree.
still the potential issue of I feel like in the future the hardest thing that's going to be is to manage would be the CAT, the QAT in general, because there's a lot of criticism of QAT who evaluate something, and a lot of people say you don't fully understand what you're looking at because you A, can't play it, B, don't map, C, whatever.
That's always gonna. That's been a discussion since the very beginning of this game. It's never gonna go away. It really isn't.
Yeah.
It was apparent. It was apparent when I was mapping back in 2008, and it's going to be apparent till the day that the servers go boom. Like, you know, it's never gonna stop. And then the worst part is when you find yourself on that side where you're like, wow, I sound like just like the guy 2 weeks ago I was telling to go shove it. I sound just like that. And then you got to be like, no, I need to look at this objectively. At least that's the way I look at it.
Yeah, that's what happens. Like, I have a personal example of that where I made a parody map and people liked it, and I went, oh, maybe I was wrong about this.
Yeah. All right, but thank you so much for that question, Kiyanko. We're going to move to our next question here, which is from Neko Wizard. Neko Wizard, would you like talk power, or would you like hold on, wait a second. Sorry about that. Kiyanko got me on something. That is definitely not safe. That is definitely no kill with fire. Okay.
Okay, I didn't think it was
Off to
gonna
a
pass.
good start.
Okay.
Cut
Good.
here.
All right. So, anyways, all right. Let's go ahead and give him talk power. Somebody give Neko Wizard talk power if they wouldn't mind.
Don't be naughty now.
All right. How you doing, Neko Wizard?
Not bad, thanks, you.
All right. I'm doing fantastic, just like always. Who's your question directed at?
I don't know. I guess like all the staff members, maybe.
Okie doke.
It's all of us.
Always the same.
Alright, so would it be possible that the players ranked 100 or lower are all monsters that have sold their souls to the devil?
Hold on. He just said, is it all the people that are ranked 100 and lower that they sold their souls to the Oath Devil for a contract to play super good? Well, fun fact, I could tell you for kill all shadows of the doubt. Kiyanko is actually ranked 69 at one point in time, and her soul is 100% intact. No devil or no signature required.
But there was a time when, if you got really high rank, you had a risk where you just disappear and nobody would know you went. There was this guy, Saturos.
Oh shit!
Oh, I heard the legends.
Yeah, he was rank 0. He was the baller before
Breaking all
ballers.
records there.
And then he got sucked into the black hole void that is rank 0, and so rank 0 is filled, but it's gone.
Mm-hmm. It took all of our best players.
That's deep.
For real though, no, I wouldn't say sell your soul, although a lot of people do find themselves coming back, like Doomsday, who took a little break and then is now active again.
I will
so
say,
I wouldn't say it's selling your soul, although your soul is probably having a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Not to mention, selling your soul, not so much, but dedicating crazy ass loads of time, yes, you will be doing a whole lot of that.
Please
Your
be
free
careful
time.
with your free time.
Yeah, your free time will go straight out the window. But we here at Oath do not implore you to waste your entire day on playing our game, because there are more important things in life than circles and spinner.
Like League of
Yeah, you're gonna
Legends.
need your hands for much more stuff in real life.
Yep. But yeah, thank you for that question there. And we'll go ahead and move to the next one. I need to switch back over to my Kiyanko tab. Here we go. Okay. Oh wow. She was going on about all that time she wasted. She just wanted to make that very clear that time was definitely wasted on the game.
Excellent.
But anyways,
no matter how good you are, remember you're not getting paid for this.
all right. Unless you're Happy Stick and you stream to thousands of people.
Well, that's something else.
Money.
All right. Our next question's actually from Radix. So I guess he actually is going to ask a question. Pre-show, we were kind of, pumping him along to try to get him to ask something. Now, are you going to type that, Radix? Oh, you were on there already. So, Somebody put you on the list. Somebody put you on the list, man. Gotta do it now. You're on the list.
He's denying it.
Ah,
I believe
yeah,
the
that's
list
right.
is
I do
potentially
remember your
mentally scarring.
question. I do remember your question now. Haha. I got you. You don't even have to type it. So earlier, while we were going into things a little bit, Radix asked, he's like, do the pro players, and anyone can answer this one, by the way, do the pro players, do they have the ability to poke someone to death because they can hit such high BPMs?
Oh yeah, and they're
Oh.
deadly as hell, man.
wouldn't
Boom,
think of
there was
that.
BPM kill show.
Well, there was rumor that Gladiol's fingers were so powerful that any woman in like a 10-mile radius would come running. I believe you might have seen it near a signature at one point.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Wasn't that back when he was like 14 or something?
Kianko, did you ever kill anybody with your ridiculous fast finger speed?
Considering I have pretty long nails, I think that makes me more deadly than the average person. Cause I can pierce the skin.
So, another question. Seeing as you do have long nails, have you ever and I'm not trying to sound all, oh my god, but have you ever snapped a nail when streaming?
My streaming fingers, actually, the nails are noticeably thicker.
So how did you manage that? Would you go over it with a strengthening coat or something?
No, it's from playing it and putting so much wear onto, and it's because how I set my fingers on my keys. I think in the streaming video, go watch the OS Academy streaming video. In that, you can, I think you're able, I don't know if you're able to see how I rest my nails on it, but it's like, but it's the part between my finger and where my nails are, and for me just using it, and because of me just using it so much, my nails are already extremely hard naturally. That made my clicking fingernails a lot thicker and stronger. So I've never actually broken a nail playing. That's what the refrigerator's for.
So yes, we managed to get Radix's question in here anyways, so he's definitely got
Nice.
one. All right. Okay, so we'll be moving on to the next ones. Winter, could you update that on the list for me, please? And nobody knows who that is. Shush.
Who is next?
Gezo is.
Gezo?
Ah.
Okay, cool. All right, Gezo, would you like to have talk power or would you like to type?
All right,
Alright,
he's trying to
he's gonna
talk. Let's go.
There you go, Gezo. How you doing, man?
Doing fine for now.
All right. So what's the question and who's it aimed at?
My question is, what do you think about user-made music?
Ooh.
And like Andrew or like Catalin's music?
I like to talk about that.
And it's directed to everybody.
All right,
Again.
cool.
Look it up.
All right, I got no problem with it.
All right, I'd like to start that. It's really important. If I were to think of the artists that did that off the top of my head, you have Sushi who did Technoblocks. You have, I think, was his name Ketchup for a time?
Oh god. Yeah, he did a few.
I struck a nerve with Deadbeat. Anyway, there was the very recent one, which I think was like Kerfoe.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a sled off, yeah. And then you have, as always, La Cataline.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like that because what it ends up being is that oftentimes, if it's the mapper who's doing the mapping of the song, you can get the genuine, I guess, the genuine idea behind the original track portrayed in the
map.
Knows what they were going for. So in the map, they're going to try and showcase that as much as possible. So what you have is a map that can fit the song almost as much as, I guess, creatively possible in that regard.
Yeah, and then you get people that will map your music, because Pierre is actually mapping my Splash Hill Days remix. Sonic
Oh no.
4. Oh
So
no.
we should get one mapped with you singing in it, like
No.
the April Fools I did with Ice Ice Baby.
No. This is so bad.
Oh, I totally forgot about that.
I still got that.
Oh
I
my
need that.
god.
I don't think I have it anymore.
I'll distribute it.
It's just a bunch of
Please.
Kappa's faces with my face there, and it's hidden in the Kappa's.
You
But-
bet.
No,
I still
think
want it.
with user-created music and OS being more and more integrated as a thing, I enjoy it a lot, and I hope that, like, I've actually been able to talk with a couple artists because of that, and I hope that it will continue to grow in that aspect, and we'll be able to get new and upcoming indie artists that are interested in putting their music on our game, because that's like the coolest thing ever. I mean, and it works both for both parties. We get content for the game, and they get a cool way to get their music out there.
Oh yeah, and plus the added, if it's somebody who's actually like making music for the game, it allows it to be much easier with things like mapping contests or bundling, which has already shown to be tons of exposure. I mean, what was the guy, Paul Rosenthal, who did the first monthly song, Liquid? He's you can like go to his SoundCloud, which a lot of people have, and he's like, you know, freaking out. He's so happy about it, and so it's really great to see more composers showing up and making music for it.
Indeed.
Or rather, allowing it to be used.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how to communicate with Leaf. I managed to get a hold. I managed to get a hold of Laptop Tracks. It took forever, but I actually got like a live reply, and it was pretty much like a very, like, yeah, Renard, and it was pretty very closed. I asked him about it. I showed him what it was, and he just gave me a link to all the stuff that he was going to already release as a 3.3 CC license anyways. And he's like, feel free to use it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Creative Commons is great.
And like, I actually got all those songs like 2 weeks before he made the big announcement that he was moving all those to CC. So it gave me time to get them all adjusted and ready for other stuff that we'll talk about later on. But does anyone else have anything on the input of indie artists and music? Penn, Lollyflan, Deadbeat?
Yes.
Go for it.
It's much better than a crap ton of TV sizes.
Wow.
God,
Bold
Sorry.
statement.
Wow.
Bold statement.
Sorry.
the TV side say is real.
But I have to
Hey,
agree
Train-
because actually the remix of Helical from La Cataline is one of my favorite maps of all time. Because
Hate
it just
Train
is
leaving the station.
great.
It is really good. I like the Cataline's music.
Oh
I
yeah.
Listen to it.
A
quite
lot of
bit.
people don't know, but Lacataline did release a new song called like Mirrors on her SoundCloud recently. Oh, not recently, like a year ago, but it's good.
I also heard that Static Noise Bird dude makes music. Does he for
Yeah,
realsies?
he goes by
He
Static
does.
Noise Bird or 2NNT. He published on Raffle Tracks, or I guess as they're known, Breakbit Music. He does ambience and breakcore.
Yeah, and like the chat saying the people that did
Breakbit is over.
Yeah, but like the people that are talking about chat though, Charlo and Yelena, two of the people that worked on the OS Idol, those are covers, and that's still a great way of doing stuff. It's a little bit more obscure in the fact of how you can go about licensing it and shit like that. Like even if you want to put it as a Creative Commons versus the fact that it's a cover, it depends on where it was at, where it originated, all that. It's a bunch of paperwork that you don't have to go through, but regardless, they are incredibly talented, and I'd like to see original content from them, because if they could do that good on a cover, I'd just like to see what they could do in terms of an original song.
It would be pretty impressive.
Maybe get all three of the top ones to sing something together.
Oh, chorus.
That would be
Oh,
interesting.
jeez. That's hard to get
That would be
working.
pretty cool.
Well,
I
I
would
mean,
want to see that.
their ranges hit pretty well. I mean, Miss Tatiana's got the lower range, and then Charlo and Yelena got the high ranges, so boom, they're kind of spectrumly covered. I mean, pretty sure Charlo can handle mid-range real well as well.
All right.
Yeah, I actually did see that Osu chorus thing down there. I don't know how well that's going yet, but I hope to see something interesting come out of it.
Anyway, I think that's for that question.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and go on to the next one. Let's see here. All right. Okay, so the next question, it looks like it's going to be Ginny. All right. So Ginny, would you like? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and give Ginny talk power. Thank you so much for that question, by the way, Gezo.
Yeah. So what I was gonna ask was, firstly, am I audible and stuff? Like understandable?
Yes, you're fine.
Okay, good. Well, what I was gonna ask is more specifically to Pan, Charles, and you, Zetrot, and it's
Okey-doke.
about the QAT implementation
Ooh.
and whether the switch from like BAT status to QAT was much of a personal challenge for you as as individuals. Whether you had to put yourself back and be like, well, since your job became more like unranking and moderating maps that already got qualified instead of ranking them in the first place, whether you had to remind yourself of your new duties and stuff.
Well, let me explain it from a point of view that a guy that was only in there for about a month. I unranked 2 things. I felt really shitty. I didn't feel like I was helping. And then I also realized there was no way I'd be able to keep up with the requirements asked of me on top of, progressing things like the academy and the channel and the new events and stuff like that, other work. And I just knew it wasn't going to be possible. So I just kind of let my inactivity timer kick me out of there. While I was there, I will say that it's not as completely unfair as a lot of people lead it out to be. There's a set list, and these guys are supposed to be looking through every aspect of the map. And if they can't come to a agreement amongst themselves, it should be pushed through as is. So
That's exactly how it's handled right now.
It means it's like polarizing.
Yeah. If you can't come to an agreement, then... and that's how it was even when I was there. So, I'm not saying it's bad at all. It's just it definitely wasn't the line for me. I wouldn't be able to keep up with it. I'd rather just stick at what I've been doing, and I'll probably just continue to doing what I've been doing and what I'm good at.
Actually, mine is a little weird, and I'm not going to go into too much detail due to reasons that B3N probably knows. But I was never truly a QAT. The whole thing was introduced, and like, you be a QAT, Charles, and I'm like, no. And so I turned into this weird bat limbo thing, confusion, and I just ended up, giving feedback as bat manager, and now I am not. And so I never really had the experience of being a cat, but I knew that I didn't want to do it because I liked, helping people out who are working on something, trying to get it forward. I didn't like looking at things that had already made it and find a reason to say that it isn't very good.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
That's the general view from many, many people in the community.
Yeah. The plus side of the cat, and I'll say that without being one, is that there is the other method of you push something back in order for it to improve itself. So it is technically a kind of helping, although it does come with the I guess the stress of having to push it back up again.
And yeah, that's also a major aspect of why I asked this question, because I feel if you were a BAT before, it would seem like very much of a gatekeeping job as opposed to enabling people to reach an audience. It would feel like you're preventing them from getting one just simply by how the system worked before. I know that's not the intention of it, but I think that's a connotation that many people connect with it and stuff. So yeah, thank you for the answers and stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
I could add something, because the quality assurance team, how it's called right now, was was founded because we wanted to have another instance of just checking overall quality of ranked beat maps. It's not to nitpick about whatever a slider length or about jump sizes or about node stacks or anything like that. It's just you look at the whole map set and you just try to get a feeling for, would you include this map set into a commercial game? Just imagine OS was in a commercial game. Would you include this map set? And then you lower the standards by quite a bit, and then you just pass the beat maps. And if you find any unrankable issues like missing video links or not safe for work backgrounds or unsnipped notes or anything like that, because that stuff can happen, you know that, Charles knows, Zetrot knows. It just can happen sometimes. And if you spot these errors, you just unrank it, these technical flaws get fixed, and it gets re-ranked. So no big deal. It's not that you want to keep those maps away from ever getting ranked. It's just one more step in a quality control mechanism.
The truly hard part behind it is when the maps get hard. It's when the maps get super difficult, the point that the person, I guess, reevaluating them is having trouble moving it themselves. And what that eventually turns into is, one, do I know enough about this to say anything about it? Two, I need to talk to the professional players. Do they know anything about it? How do they feel? Three, is there even hope for this? That's where it gets complicated. And that's where I've seen most of the problems arise, is when something really, really difficult comes out and nobody knows what to say about it.
That's why I was pretty sad to lose Frostmourne from the QAT, because
Frostmourne's pro.
Yeah, he was one of the few people who could play just anything. You could throw like a 7-star map at him and he would just play it and tell you, I would have done some things differently, but I had fun. And that's the ultimate goal. So as long as people have fun playing maps, I'm okay with just pushing them forward and letting them get ranked. I am not the one who decides what is fun and what is not. It's the community. It's the players. So the work of the QAT is not labeling maps as fun or as not fun, but just looking at the overall quality and to say, okay, this map would pass certain quality standards and we won't touch it.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for that question, Jenny, and thank you for that insightful bit there, Penn. I think that's actually going to probably spark up a lot of conversation, to be quite honest. Because
I hope so.
Yeah,
it's important.
Oh, it's definitely important. And it's something, like, I want to talk about, but I don't want to go off on a tangent on it because, like, a few things that he was saying. Yeah, we've got time, so I'll talk about it afterwards, but let's move forward. So our next question is going to be, we're going to go round robin again. Thank you so much, by the way, Jenny.
No
really
problem.
All right, we're going to go round robin again, and it looks like it's going to be Kiyanko's turn again. So if you've got another question, go ahead. Feel free to direct it at whoever you need it to.
This is to everybody. I've actually asked this question in a couple of the interviews with other people, but that's mostly been with the that's mostly been with the higher ranked players. I've asked it to.
Here it comes.
I don't know if any of this has been. I don't know. I think maybe I asked Lollyflam this, but
yep.
Aside from being, I know what I was gonna ask, but I blanked for a second. Okay.
Ouch.
The back of my head's hurting really bad right now for some reason. I don't know. I'm back now.
I'm scared.
So what I was going to what I want to ask is, considering how much all of you are in with the community in Osu, are there any other gaming communities or just other online communities that you're a big part of, whether it's just a community that you're in a lot and have spent a lot of time in, or if you actually have like moderator roles in the other communities, or stuff that you have had moderator or dev roles in the past?
I could go into a little bit, but I can't go into much.
Yeah, same here.
So
I could do a little bit, unless you want to start, Zetrot.
I'm gonna start because I've said this a whole bunch, but I don't think a lot of people remember. Okay, now this is gonna be kind of funny. Back when I played Phantasy Star Universe for the PC, back when it very first came out, I had a character called Bedastard, legit named Bedastard, and I played that game religiously. And Edward, which was the community manager at the time for the Sega forums, noticed that I had quite a big following of people, and I'd organize events for us to go on specific raids, because that game got to the point where it was just everybody run White Beast. And I'm not expecting anybody to know what White Beast is or anything about Phantasy Star, but it was one instance that gave off a lot of experience, and nobody wanted to run any of the other instances, so making weapons was completely impossible. So I got a group of about 250 people together, and we'd go and run these instances. And we'd break off into teams of 6, and we'd make circles, and we were able to actually fix the broken economy in Phantasy Star Universe by recycling and putting these items that were like priced for ridiculous amounts of money when they were very easy to get. It's just nobody cared. They just want to go to White Beast. But needless to say, this ended up turning into Edward asking me if I'd like a role to help with the community and set up events and stuff. He's like, because that was impressive. You managed to get a whole bunch of people that you had nobody. You're not anybody special. You just managed to get all these people together and run this stuff, and you guys fixed the item shop. And so before long, I ended up getting my blue name on Phantasy Star, which was a Game Master tag. And I even, for a little bit, got to technically work for Sega, which was kind of cool. It didn't last long, though, because if anybody knows the way she wrote, Phantasy Star Universe got shut down maybe a year after I got the position, so I didn't get to enjoy that too long, which really sucks. Yeah, I was also a moderator in Second Life on the Everfree forum. Everfree.
Oh, did I do that? I'm
Forest.
sorry.
But yeah, you kind of did that, Charles.
Oops.
But I got pretty big there for a while too, and then I kind of just faded off into obscurity there because stuff started getting kind of weird.
No kidding.
Anyways, that's
like
about
this
all the
story.
experience. That's about all the experience I had in other games in terms of that. But yeah, don't go to Second Life. Anybody who's here, if they're interested, don't. Save yourself.
Run.
Like, it seriously say unless you can find Waldemar. He's funny too. Like, that guy's fucking hilarious. If you can find a guy named Waldemar on Second Life, you be his friend, and he will show you a good time.
Oh no.
And no, it's not the guy you're thinking of, Charles. It's a completely different guy. But
What?
laughs. There's a
No.
guy named. Yeah. Anyways. Alright, that's all the experience I've ever had in other games in terms of that. Charles and whoever else has got it, go for it.
I used to run Half-Life servers with maps that I worked on. I think it was, but other than that, not really. When I was like 12, I started up the server and I met a lot of friends, and we were like this group of 7, and we still know each other today. But it was very much a very relaxed. It wasn't like heavy moderation or anything. It was just people playing video games and having a good time. It's really weird to watch the people that you met grow up and then end up dating each other. It's really fascinating.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Oh.
2 of my admins are dating right now from who
Wow.
met 8 years ago. Isn't that crazy? I just
That
like
is
that.
crazy.
It is cool. I like that a lot. But other than that, like, I'll take a look at communities and see if they're like falling into certain pitfalls that a lot do. Like, I looked at the bee hopping community for Counter-Strike recently, and I know exactly what's going on in there. And while I enjoy bee hopping, I'd rather have is 2 game styles that are fervently against each other, that are slowly learning to accept each other right now. I know there's a lot of B-hoppers on OS, actually. There's a B-hop map with an OS level in it that came out very recently, so...
So it's like sliders and circles, something.
Circles? I looked at a picture and it was just a bunch of pink.
Wow.
So... And there was like a hit circle and it was transparent. I was like, okay.
Okay. Alright, anybody else here have any prior experience to other games?
Also, actually, I have to explain, my mic probably cut out at some point, and I'm not sure where.
Yeah. Just a little bit. It was a little
I'm having wonderful internet troubles, so I may or may not cut out or not hear somebody.
It's all good. Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Well, I used to play Counter-Strike semi-professionally back in the days of 1.4, 1.5, and 1.6.
Oh boy.
But that was a long time ago. It was before the esports hype, it was before MLG and anything like that. It was around the time of the first World Cyber Games in Korea, so 2001, 2002. And at that time, we hosted one of the biggest European map leagues, with our own servers and tournaments and the own league. And we even had a whole bunch of famous like map creators and mod creators who helped us set up some pretty cool stuff. So that was the
That's-
gaming
Wait,
related.
I gotta ask. 1.4 of was CS?
Yeah, of Counter-Strike.
Did you get Nipper maps?
Nepper maps?
Nipper. Did you get Nipper to show up? He's the guy who makes
Nipper?
really gimmicky maps for CS.
Ah, he was one of the US guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we
Dang
had mostly the European guys from the UK, from Germany. Because we usually had like an all European league, and then we diverged into custom map league and what later became Mortal Teamwork. It was like one of the biggest Counter-Strike clans back then in Europe.
Alright.
Okay. Well, thank you for that question, Kyako, and we're going to move forward to our next one real quick. And our next one is going to be Daniel. I don't know how to Daniel. I don't know how to pronounce his name, and it makes me mad.
I think it's Daniel, but
Daniel.
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 Okay.
Damsel in distress.
Dane. Like Dane. Would you like voice Dane the dinosaur?
Denver.
Alright.
That's a dinosaur.
We have Doc
Okay,
Power.
can you hear
Yep.
me fine?
Yes.
Yes.
Speak.
Okay, this is just a really quick and general question to all of you. Is there any ETA of the supposed new modern quote unquote?
I don't know.
What?
Is Cheetah still around?
No.
New mode?
Wait, what?
Is Cheetah still working on it?
Which one? The
What?
new
Modding.
mode? Oh, the new modding?
I'm pretty sure is what he
He's been
said.
gone for ages.
Yeah,
Like,
the new modding.
He's been gone?
Like the post system that they were talking about? Because I think that's still being worked on. It's just not being worked on by Chitose anymore.
No.
He went poof.
yeah, Cheetah's is long gone.
Yeah.
No, that sucks.
You got a girlfriend
Yeah.
left.
Oh, okay.
Oh man, I
Well,
cannot
that
go
works.
into it. I cannot go into it. But afterwards, guys.
We should not.
Afterwards,
Cheetah comes
gonna
back
be a
4 months
show.
later and there's blood everywhere and it's like, what
there's
happened?
there's gonna be a show afterwards. Anyways, okay, so yeah, as far as I know, it's still being worked on. It'll probably be rolled out in a general kind of OS beta test of fire fashion when the new site comes out, I would assume. That's just an assumption, though. I have no idea.
You mean OS
It's
next?
the plan.
Yeah, OS next.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so thank you for the question, Dane. And that was pretty quick. Anybody else have any insight on that, or does that pretty much wrap it up for us? Yeah? Okay, let's move on to the next one. All right, the next one is Ketsuki, if I pronounce that properly. Ketsuki, would you like to talk, or would you like to just type out your question?
Talking.
Okay.
Alright,
They
what's
said
up,
mate.
guys?
What is up? Not the voice I was imagining, but what is up?
Alright, okay, so this is just gonna be a question for everyone, but what is your opinion on mappers naming their beat maps after themselves? For example, Fang or Reen, specifically if they're not as popular or maybe not even a good mapper at all. In other words, do you think you need a certain level of OSU prestige to start naming your diffs after yourself?
Okay.
I've never really liked the
Oh.
idea of just naming a difficulty after the map, but it doesn't give a clear indication of how difficult the map actually is, which I think that's where a lot of the issues came in.
Detroni
Incoming.
works all day.
Incoming
Especially-
opinions.
Yeah, especially when you
Incoming.
get like yeah, because you get beat maps sometimes where it's just 4 difficulties and they're all named after the mapper.
Oh, see, I would never do that. But like
What?
my whole thing.
What are you talking about?
Like I will name a diff after myself. I have no problem doing that. But I always reserve that slot for the extra or the insane. And it's always been that way. And I would just think under general assumption that everybody would kind of go on that. I mean, like, Blue Dragon, very, very consistent with how he does his no-guard stuff, which is basically Dragon backwards.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Shock horror gasp.
It's just, basically, he follows a very distinct line. He doesn't put no-guard on there unless it's hard. And I've watched him in Mod Help bitch about it. Like if he guessed difficulties and does a no guard, he's like, dude, you need to make your difficulty easier so mine's the hardest, or I can't name it no guard. You know?
That's really
And
funny.
So I mean, there is a level of quality that people try to keep with it. It's just like you said, you get these newer people, and I'm not saying that there's anything bad with new people naming maps after themselves. It's just it started off with a very small group of people doing that, and then it expanded, and then in terms the meaningfulness of it went completely through just. But then you'll find people like Charles, who's done a couple guest difficulties for myself, and he'll just name them like normal 445. So it's like, okay, I know that Charles made this, but yet I also know it's still in normal.
That's pretty cool.
So my opinion on this is actually apparently different from everybody in here. I personally am totally fine with you choosing whatever the hell you want for your difficulty names, as long as it's thematically related to the song in question, a naming convention that you're doing for the thing, or the people who worked on it. Like, there are big sets who have the difficulty names as quite simply the people who made them. There was an old Shern set that did that, I believe. And the reason I was always okay with that is because you can tell how hard they are. Tom worked on the new star rating system, and it's gotten to a point where it's a reasonable enough way to tell how hard something is. Like, if I look at a map that says 0108 and it has 5 stars on it, I know I'm in for a speed map, you know? It's not really false advertising, it's not misleading, it's just like it's kind of like a signature almost.
Like, holy shit, it's Rainbow Dash?
Can you really use that
no.
example, the Tom ranking system, as an example, considering the fact that that came
Well,
well after
people-
the changes?
Oh, can I use that as an example? Well, I can. What I can tell you is that most people complained about the signature naming convention, even though it was only being used as the hardest difficulty. Like, I remember one of the biggest criticisms of it was Soul Fear's map sets, where the hardest difficulty would be called Fear, or and then Val 0108s, which were just called 0108. But they were always at the end of the listing, regardless, because even in the old star rating, they were always harder, and it just became a thing that you could expect.
Mm-hmm.
But now that we do have something that good, it's become even less of a problem to have difficulty names of that nature. Now that we do have a really good way to tell how hard something is.
Yet it seems to be more of a problem than ever.
No?
I'm getting I off tangent here, but I got yelled at for my Embers having medium for the diff name. Rumble.
Oh my god, why?
I'll later.
Okay, that's what I mean. Like, difficulty names are a name that you look at for a second before you click on the difficulty. Who cares? Gosh.
True. All right, but Pen, Lollyflan, Deadbeat. Anything to add on that?
Well, I totally agree with Charles on the topic, because as long as it's thematically related to the map, I'm fine with however you want to name your difficulties. As long as I can see like a progression from easy to insane and on to extra, it's fine. Really.
See, I don't mind that as well. It's just when the map is just the mapper's name and that's it. That's what it just irritates me for some reason. Like, even if it was just like 0108 Insane, I would be perfectly fine with that.
I believe when the rule was introduced, I suggested we'll put their signature like they normally do, then a hyphen, then the difficulty, and I believe a couple sets had that. It died off pretty quickly though, and people started adopting the apostrophe S is insane or whatever.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for that question, Ketsky. We're going to go ahead and move over to the next question, which I'm going to find out, which is, it looks like Gezo's got another one here for us. Okay. And how you doing again, Gezo?
It's fine.
Good.
Hey.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Gezo here.
Alright, so what's your question for us?
I was wondering, in July, Pepe went to a convention in Paris, which is a Japan Expo. What do you think about this exposure in a widely public event like this?
Ooh.
I love it.
Well, it's maybe a bit too early, but you should look forward to 2015, because we might have a few pretty big surprises for you, especially if you live in Central Europe or Western Europe.
I live in
Mumble.
Eastern.
Mumble, mumble.
Rumble mumble, indeed, man. Needs
I
to
think I'm a
happen in
bit
the
too
States.
far away. Yeah, I think I'm a bit too far away.
Or fucking buy me a plane ticket, fly me out, man. Shit, I don't want to meet
Yeah.
people.
You go there, you
We'll
won't
get-
be able to speak the language, Z-Chat.
Dude, I don't care, man. If I went to wherever Pin was, I'd give him a big ass hug, and then I'd kick Locktav in the nuts, and then give him a hug.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah, the thing is,
I
Z-Chat
would
was
love
like,
to see that.
Pay
as well.
money.
Z-Chat always said that if he met me, he would give me a love tap and then hug me, and I'm like, I'm not okay with the love tap. That hurts.
No, everybody
It's
gets
like-
one.
It's like it's his greeting method.
Yep.
I'm not sure
Everybody
how I
gets
feel about
one.
this.
It's okay, Deadbeat. You'll accept it.
I'm sure I
Okay.
won't.
You won't have a choice, because you'll just open your door one day randomly, and I'll be like, hey, what's up? What? And then a hug. You'll fall into my arms from the pain.
How
And the chloroform.
romantic and
Or I'll slam the door.
Oh, man.
But
But,
to come back to your question, Gezo, I think it's a very good way to, if done correctly, if done right, if done professionally, it's a great way to represent the game and spread the word. And I think it's okay to do it. Even like, you know, if you want to do a booth on a regional expo or something, go ahead.
I actually planned on doing, well, I did a small one, but it wasn't really like something fantastic. It was my own computer. It was at an Anime Nebrascon, and I just took my own computer and took a couple monitors with me, and I let people play it there, and they all liked it. Very few knew what it was, and then the people that did know what it was, and they saw who was oh man, I just told on myself. Oh boy. Yeah, I totally let people play on my thing, because I just, this was way back, mind you, but
You know,
I
I'm
This is when
right now. I'm hovering over the ban button. You know.
oh
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. You're also
Oh.
you're
Oh,
also
shit.
you're also
We're
gonna
gonna
have to
wake up
ban
and
the
Deidre just being gone.
But,
reported. No, seriously though, it's the kind of account sharing where somebody gets a D on your account and nobody cares.
Yeah, I got a whole lot of those. Trust me.
Oh my god, you had to clean up afterwards. Jeez.
Oh yeah, it was annoying. I just went and watched whatever. Cause I mean, at the convention, like I know the staff there, so I kind of was able to leave my computer in safe hands, knowing nothing bad would happen to it. And they said all kinds
They
of
open
people
up
played it.
host chat and they say poop 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 butts.
No, I did manage to like, I had all my keys, all the F keys disabled on my keyboard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was no way to open chat unless they looked really close and saw the hide chat button, which obviously nobody did, or I would have gotten quite a few messages that somebody's like, haha. But anyways, yeah, I really like the exposure, and I think that if done properly, like Pin says, it's great. I mean, technically, the talk and the academy itself is a branch of exposure in its own right. Same with the World Cup tournaments that we host all the time, you know? They also warrant exposure. They get more people to know about it. It might not be in person, but it's definitely still hands-on. They learn about the game, they get to see it in action, and it gets them interested.
Alright. That's a way to end it.
Alright. Okay, so thank you so much for that question, Gezo. We'll go ahead and go to our next one here. It looks like Drum has a question here.
Also, I think we have a new person who just showed up.
Yeah, but it looks like we might not have too much time for it, to be honest. He's getting in here right at the very end. Okay, Drum, so obviously you're probably going to type your question. So feel free to, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so he asks, what part of the new UI/site design are you guys most hyped for?
Bounce everything.
Mostly.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Everything.
For me, it would probably be either the forum index, or hopefully, if I can get my way, which I doubt, a new feature voice setup.
Yo, was that mock-up that Flight posted on the dev thing for that super awesome chat interface? Is that really gonna happen, or was that just a mock-up?
I really want it. I've always loved the concept of having tabs for channels and private messages separate.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Like, I don't know if it's actually going to be a thing. I don't know if it was just a mock-up and just an idea. But the way that looked, oh god,
No, it was sick. It was sick.
it was like amazing. I mean, it just was like.
So right now, like every time the GUI gets changed, it's I'm either like, oh, that's handy, or oh god, why is my screen shaking? That kind of thing.
Okay.
Personally, if I had a choice on what it would be, we'd have like the old beatmap display where it's like 1 per row, and like you see the number integers, the score. I'm like,
that's
I'd
boring.
be at home with that. No, dude, this green red bar, I don't give a crap about. It doesn't tell me anything about the map.
Moo. You could change that.
I don't actually think you can, but okay.
Yeah, you can.
Really? When was this added?
You're talking about the little green red bar down at the bottom, right?
Yes.
You could change it into like 3 different things. You could
Oh my
change
God.
it into you could change it into like notes hit accurately, like it'll show which ones are 300s exactly, instead of a little line where it shows in between what you're doing, what's
What?
good.
No,
Yeah.
You can
I
actually
mean,
see
no.
if you're late or early.
No, the score on the website of a map.
Oh, you mean
Oh.
the star rating or user rating of the map?
The user rating of a map used to be a number.
It still
Yeah.
is internally.
Internally, but not externally. And I
Yeah,
look
I
at
know.
this red bar and I'm like, wow, everybody loves every map. And I know that's not the case.
Yeah. That was probably just to quiet stuff down though. But anywho, oh crap, I forgot. Oh yeah, I literally forgot what the question was because it wasn't spoken. Then I had to reread it. Sorry about that, Drum. Yeah. So with that, if anybody is interested in actually looking at what that mock-up looked like, pretty sure there is a link of it on Flight's like preview blog. It's called OS Next. Deadbeat probably has the proper link for it somewhere.
Next.ppy.sh.
Yeah, and you should be able to see that thing, and it just has this gorgeous chat interface that, oh god, it's so good.
I swear I'm like one of the only people who doesn't care what the actual client looks like. I just want to see what the forum will look like. That's all I care about.
I'm totally excited about the forum as well, but I mean, did you see how awesome that chat interface looked?
No.
It looks so good. You should go look
It's
at
a chat
that.
interface. I don't care about it, to be honest. I'm sorry.
Okay, so, anyways, we're gonna go ahead
I
and
just
wrap
want the
this
forum
up.
index.
We're gonna go ahead and wrap this up with our last question from Kianko here, and you can go ahead and go shoot that off right now. Oh, excuse me.
Sorry, I blanked a bit on my last question. My head's feeling better now.
That's
Don't
good.
know what that was, but okay. Because this is a group, we need to decide what our group cosplay is gonna be.
Oh god.
Power Rangers.
I should have known. Oh yes.
Oh yes.
Dibs on pink.
Can I be the black
Red.
one?
I'm gonna be the Red Ranger.
I'm the black one.
I want to be
Pink.
the White Ranger.
I thought you were the Green Ranger.
Well, the Green Ranger or the White Ranger, it's the same guy.
Oh yeah, true.
Pin.
What about you, Charles?
Well,
Can you
the
get-
Yellow Ranger was a girl, right?
Yeah.
So I'm screwed.
Well, there's still the Red Ranger.
Well,
you can
the-
steal it
the-
from
No
Wasn't
lily
the-
fun. No
Oh,
lily
wasn't
fun
the-
Green Ranger.
Wasn't the
I
actor
have
for the Yellow
black.
Ranger actually a guy?
No.
The Yellow Ranger's the actor for the Yellow Ranger
Oh,
was a
wait.
girl.
Wait, no. He's talking about the Go-Go Sentai.
The stunt double.
Yeah, the
Oh.
Sentai. Yeah, that was definitely a dude.
Okay, okay.
But like when they took the helmet off, it was a chick.
Yeah.
But all the actual stunts were done by a man.
Do you know that the whoever the chick was that was the Yellow Ranger is actually dead?
Yeah, I
No.
heard about that. That's sad. And the Red Ranger's in jail because he killed somebody.
Oh, come on.
Where's the Black Ranger?
Go Power Rangers.
In the
Oh, he-
ghetto.
No, he's not. He's actually
Wow.
doing pretty good.
It's just-
Fuck yeah.
Same with
It's like, I'm doing
Holy
fine.
land.
Wow.
same with Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger. He's actually an MMA fighter now.
Whoa.
Really?
Yeah,
He didn't get enough fighting the monsters, so he's
dude,
fighting
he's
the bad
actually
dudes
pretty
again.
good too. He's actually pretty good, but like
I
he
don't-
tattooed
I'll
his
be
body
honest.
all the way to crap.
He needed
I don't-
something
I
real
don't
to
like Power
fight.
Rangers.
What, dude? Power Rangers were my childhood.
They were okay.
Are you a fan of the fucking Kamen Riders then?
I
Here we
like
go.
Big Bag Beetleborgs.
a bug? Oh. Oh.
The Beetleborgs were the stuff too, you know. Samban did a whole lot of stuff back then. Not a lot of it picked up.
Isn't there like a show where the Kamen Riders are fruits?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I heard it was good too. I can't even comprehend that.
It was.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for taking part in this Ask Me Anything. We really enjoyed all your questions. And remember, if you want to take part in any of the OS Talks, you are more than welcome to. The dates are always posted up before they happen, usually a day, maybe sometimes a week before. Sometimes it just depends.
Questions.
And yes, we live off questions, so we do need those. So you guys keep on bringing that sexy content our way.
If you do want to see someone in the All Talk, by the way, feel free to let either myself or Zetron know, or you can post in the thread which is located in general discussion.
Yes, and I'd like to bring this up to all the people that watch us on YouTube. We are trying to get a female to interview.
Give me ideas, I will make it happen.
Yes, so we do appreciate all this, and remember, guys, Rhythm's only a click away, and we'll see y'all real soon.
Boing boing.
Give me my form index.